special episode of Good Morning Football right here at the breakfast table. And on a morning of major announcements, Luke Kuechly decides to retire at 28 seasons in. And we still have 7 more names heading to the Hall of Fame. How are you feeling so far, guys?
Fantastic, exhilarating, honored. We had Harold Carmichael out here, and it was really, he sat down, he said, I'm on a cloud, I'm numb to be part of that. Huge privilege, huge.
Very cool, and to induct and be the ones to have the honor to say Steve Sable's name, knowing that our show was birthed in NFL Films, and we really do carry that spirit, a true honor and distinguished moment for our show as well.
Okay, I caught touchdowns in front of 60,000 people with 30 million people watching. When I got news that we'd be part of this day and we'd be announcing the selection, I got really nervous. And to be honest, I didn't want to do it. I didn't know if I was worthy enough. I was worthy enough to honor these guys in such a manner. But we're doing a good job, and everybody behind the scenes is making it very special. The Hall of Fame is so cool to me. So
there was a moment when we had Harold Carmichael out here where I looked at you, and we both looked at Harold Carmichael watching his footage before he came and sat down with us, and we were like, yeah, this is really.
Sometimes I don't feel worthy hanging around some of these legends, man. These guys are incredible men.
We've got a big show, 7 more names to go, and this is Good Morning Football. Thanks for choosing us and joining us this morning. Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt. My name's Kay Adams. Let's get to some of the news ahead of Championship Sunday, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Lead block.
How about a lead block?
Yeah, let's go to the middle of the country, to Kansas City specifically, where Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes led his team back from a 24-point deficit in the divisional round against the Texans. The third-year quarterback's confidence and leadership ability never faltered, not once. And it's the quality performance by his head coach and Andy Reid talking about Mahomes early on in his career ahead of Sunday.
Leader. I mean, those are things that he showed in college. You're hoping it would carry over. And you can kind of see that even his rookie year, when the way he worked with Alex. Easily, here's our first round pick. He could have tried to get in there and grind on it, and I'm better than he and all this stuff. He never did that. And matter of fact, he took the things that and took the back seat there and learned from Alex, which that doesn't always happen. And there's some leadership that's involved in being able to do that, have enough confidence in yourself. And the players saw that.
Explosive offensive performance. I don't even think explosive is the word to describe what happened with the Chiefs on Sunday against the Texans. If you look at the 4 teams left, is the Chiefs offense the best?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're so fast, and they can do it in any manner. You know, when you think about this Chiefs team, you oftentimes have these questions. You know, what if Tyreek Hill isn't balling out? Well, they have Kelsey, who put up 3 TDs, over 100 yards, 10 catches. And then you say, well, is it sustainable? I mean, is scoring touchdowns through the air a way to win games? If you just look at the regular season all through Pat Mahomes' career over the last couple of years, this dude is 8-0 when he throws for 4 TDs plus. Like, how about that for one hell of a stat? In those games, 29 pass TDs, just 4 interceptions. Then you might have the question, okay, well, what about the playoffs? I mean, I know he had a pretty good run last year. I mean, is it one of those things where the lights are going to be too bright for him and he might falter? No, in the playoffs, do you realize that Pat Mahomes hasn't thrown an interception? We're talking 107 attempts, and he hasn't thrown a pick. So all these things that we can usually pick apart other quarterbacks for, we can't with this offense. I will say this, though. It's a little bit scary when you start talking about a team that is as dominant as the Titans.
You had to put that in there, didn't you?
Glad you said that. That's why these playoffs are so interesting. The air show, I'm going right to the ground. And you asked the question of trust. What do I trust? Well, on this particular day, I trust history, I trust Hall of Famers, I trust facts. Here's the facts. Derrick Henry has had 3 straight games over 180 yards. Jim Brown never did that. Walter Payton never did that. Even Eric Dickerson never did that. We are having history right in front of us. And here's the thing. If you were to do the ignorant thing right now and change the channel to another network, you would see an ex-player up at a screen, and what he'd be saying about Derrick Henry, Peter, saying, what you need to do is you need to load the box. You got to put 8 men in the box, even 9 men in the box. You load the box. That's how you stop him.
It's true.
No, it's not. In fact, let's look at this. I'll prove to you that's not how you stop him. This is Derrick Henry against stacked boxes, 8+ defenders. Look at him. Rushes, yards, touchdowns. First. You think the defensive coordinators don't know that, dummy, that you have to stack the box? Of course they do.
Dummy.
He had a touchdown last time he played the Chiefs. Nate's going to get into this tomorrow. There was a play where they put 9 men in the box, and he went on a long touchdown run. There is no stopping him. There are only certainties. Death, taxes, Derrick Henry, that's the one that I trust.
So you got the air show, which is a blast to watch. You've got the ground attack. How about an offense that can do it both, and you don't know what you're going to get week to week? I think the 49ers offense, the way Kyle Shanahan builds this, and is malleable and is a chameleon to who he's playing against, is the scariest offense to prepare for, because last week they ran the ball 47 times. In a playoff game against a team that was supposed to have the best front four in all of football and this defense that can't be run upon. No, they went 47 times, and in one drive in the third quarter, they ran the ball down the Vikings' throats 8 straight times, ate 6 minutes of clock, and put this game away. And you say, well, okay, great. So they've got a good running attack, and you don't know who's going to carry, if it's Tevin or Mostert. Guys, they put up 48 points against the Saints in the Superdome. Garoppolo's thrown for 300 yards a bunch of times. They've got Kittle in the passing game. They've got Debo in the passing game. They've got Emmanuel Sanders. And for my money, as much as I love Andy, and I think Andy is a genius, for one game, if I'm drawing up a game plan, I might take Kyle Shanahan and what he can do picking apart an opposing defense. It is going to be a chess match on Sunday, and you better believe Mike Pettin knows how to do things that can stop the run and the pass. I just don't know if Mike Pettin is ready for what his former colleague Kyle Shanahan has in store. The 49ers offense, as different, as malleable, and as much of a chameleon as any in the league. You don't know what you're getting week to week. I will take that over any in the playoffs.
Are you confident in Jimmy Garoppolo? What did that interception do to your faith in the quarterback in a situation where you probably cannot throw an interception with Aaron Rodgers on the other side of the field, even though they thrashed them last time they faced off?
I'm confident in Garoppolo because, yes, he did throw an interception, and they relied heavily on the run, because I saw him go into Seattle and throw the ball over the yard. I saw him go into New Orleans, throw the ball over the yard. And when they needed him most in a Saturday night game against the Rams, to put this thing to rest, to get in the playoffs, Jimmy Garoppolo completed 2 huge 3rd and 16s.
You know what they're screaming in Green Bay?
Shanahan does trust him.
The Smiths.
Talk about it.
I mean, the Smiths will bring you down. They're very depressing.
They will. That's
Preston and Zadarius. You know what I'm talking about, Peter. The Smiths can take you to a miserable place.
get it.
But Kyle,
Morrissey can sing some songs.
I'm
I
saying.
know.
So can these guys.
I'm glad you brought that up. You mentioned Green Bay, but you mentioned Green Bay's defense. You said, you know what they're saying in Green Bay. I pointed to you like, okay, Kyle's going to talk about their offense, who we haven't mentioned.
It's the only one you guys won't talk about
like,
right now.
what is going on?
We chose 3 others. Do you want to put them in there?
Well, I'm just saying, I feel like I need to be the voice of the player that's watching this show right now, and he's saying, okay, wait a minute. We got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You're telling me, Peter, that you trust Aaron Rodgers, or you trust Jimmy Garoppolo more than Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Jones?
Well, you said in the playoffs you trust Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan's play calling. My bad. Let me correct myself. And I'm over here talking about Pat Mahomes.
It could be a
like
Aaron
Aaron
moment,
Rodgers.
too. Like, he deserves some love. What if it's his moment? And he outdoes Shanahan,
You're
right?
right.
Nobody's asking
It's
for
his
that.
protege mentor stuff.
Hello?
It can happen.
Come at them,
let's
Packers
go.
fans. More Good Morning Football on the way. We are sending players, just gentlemen, to the Hall of